1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We begin our service in our orange prayer book, Trumot Halev, on page 4 with Hinei Ma Tov. Hinei Ma Tov, Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Tov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei ma tov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei ma tov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hinei ma tov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei ma tov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Welcome to our family service. Again, this service is filled with our traditional liturgy, but filled with family music. It's fun, it's engaging, and please sing with us, and you'll see the lyrics somewhere right around here on your screen. And it's also our pleasure to welcome the Olnick family as we celebrate Jackson becoming our bar mitzvah to the Biba. We turn to page 9 for the candlelight blessing.
Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav Metzivanu lehatlik ner Shel Shabbat.
For those who are able, we rise together for Kiddush, and for those at home, we actually know if you're standing. I think it's funny.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'achava uvratzon inchilanu zicharo l'maaseh v'reishit Ki hu yom tehila l'migra'ei kodesh zecher liat Mitzrayim Ki banu bacharta veltanu kidashta michalchamim B'shabbat kodshocha Be'achava uvratzon inchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mechadesh haShabbat.
Amen.
Please be seated. We turn to page 4, Lachado Day. We got
Lechandon likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Lechandon likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Shamur v'zachor Morechat Hishmianu El Hamiyuchad Adonai Echad U'Shemo Echad L'Shem Ultiferet V'Litila Lechandon Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nekabela Lechandon Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Likrat Shabbat lechu b'nei el-chakim Mekor ha-bracha Merosh mikedem nesucha Sof ma'aseh b'machasham batechila Lechandon di לקראת קהלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לחנוני לקראת קהלה, בני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי, אורי, 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 שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני, עלייך נגלה, לחנוני לקראת קהלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לחנוני לקראת קהלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
We rise together to greet Shabbat HaMelkah.
בואי ושלום עטרת מלכה בשמחה ובצהלתו אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לחנוני לקראת קהלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לחנוני לקראת קהלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
Please be seated. We continue with our Chetzi Kaddish. This is not found in our prayer book, but on our screen.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומייכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל. בגלה, בגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך, לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה יתברך. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם, ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה. בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, תמירן בעלמה, ואמרו אמן.
Are you ready?
I'm ready to pray.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Jackson, you ready to pray? You can come and join us. You have to go up next anyway. Are you ready to pray? He is. We rise together. Bottom of page 11.
Are you ready to pray? Yes, we're ready to pray. Are we ready to pray? Yes, we're ready to pray. Are we ready to pray? Yes, we're ready to pray. Baruchu et Adonai Hamevorach. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Baed. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Baed. Are we ready to pray? Yes, we're ready to pray. Are we ready to pray? Yes, we're ready to pray. Are we ready to pray? Yes, we're ready to pray. Let's pray. Okay.
Please be seated. We turn to page 12 and we continue with Ma'ariv Aravim.
Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv haravim, b'chokhmah poteah she'arim, uvit vuna mishane itim, chalif et hazmanim, sader et hachochavim, b'mishberoteim barakia kirtzono. Borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Uma asvir yom, umevir laila, umavdil bein yom uvein laila. Adonai Zevaot Shemo. El Chai v'chayam, Talmid Yimloch Aleinu, Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai, Hama'ariv Haravim.
Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Borei yom balayla, golel or mipnei choshech, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Borei yom balayla, golel or mipnei choshech, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night.
We continue with Ahavat Olam on page 14.
Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael, Amecha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, b'shochbeinu uvkumeinu, nasiach mechukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, ub'mitzvotecha, leolam va'ed, ki heim chayenu ve'orech yameinu, ubahem nehgeh yomam v'layla. Ve'ahavattecha al tasir mimenu le'olamim, Baruch ata Adonai, Ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad.
Elohecha v'chol avacha u'chol nafshecha u'chol meodecha v'chayu hadvarim ha'elech asher anohim asyavucha chayom alevavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibartam bam v'shtitecha bevetecha uvletecha vaderet Usholbecha ufumecha, ushartam leo aliadecha, v'chayu letotafo beineinecha, uftaftam amezuzot beitecha uvisharecha. And finally, to remember just why all these things matter. They matter because I, Adonai Elohecha, brought you and your children out of Egypt to be God for you. I am your God, and when you do these things, I will be your children's God.
We continue on the bottom of page 20. As a matter of truth and of faith, we proclaim that Adonai is our God and there is none else, and we are Israel, God's people. God has freed us from the grip of earthly rulers. Our sovereign redeemed us from the fist of tyrants. God has done great things and countless wonders that surpass our understanding, given us life that we have not stumbled. God has given us miracles to overcome Pharaoh, signs and wonders in the land of Egypt, and from their midst Israel was brought to eternal freedom. When the children of Israel witnessed the divine power, they extolled God, gave thanks, and accepted God's dominion. With great joy, Moses and all Israel sang this song, our song of freedom and redemption, our Micha Mocha.
Micha Mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha Mocha nedar ba'kodesh, Micha Mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha Mocha nedar ba'kodesh. Nora tehilot osei pele, Nora tehilot osei pele, Adonai imloch leolam ba'ed. Malchutecha ra'u banecha bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam. Se'eli anu ve'amru, Se'eli anu ve'amru, Adonai imloch leolam ba'ed. Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da.
We continue the top of page 23. Adonai, our God, cause us to lie down in peace and raise us up, our sovereign, to life. Cover us with the sukkah of your peace, improve us with your good counsel, and save us for the sake of your name. Shield us, remove from us enmity, pestilence, war, hunger, and anguish. Let there be no evil before us or behind us. Protect us within the shadow of your wings, for you are our guardian and our helper, our divine ruler, merciful and gracious. Guard our going out and our coming into life and to peace, now and forevermore. Cover us with the sukkah of your peace. Blessed are you, Adonai, who spread sukkah of peace over us, over all the people of Israel, and over Jerusalem. We continue with Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, Behamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Spread the the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, Behamidenu shomreinu lechayim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, Behamidenu shomreinu
The people of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing Shabbat in every generation as a covenant forever. It is a sign between me and the people of Israel that in 6 days God made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day God rested and was renewed. We continue with Vishamru.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
We rise together for tefillah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avoteinu ve'Imoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה, אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים, ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש מחיי המתים. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלע. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. We turn to the bottom of page 29 as the great modern sage Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel teaches us. The meaning of Shabbat is to celebrate time rather than space. 6 days a week we live under the tyranny of things in space, but on Shabbat we try to become attuned to the holiness in time. It's a day when we are called upon to share in what is eternal in time, to turn from the result of creation to the mystery of creation, from the world of creation to the creation of the world. And we continue on page 35, a prayer especially more than ever. Grant us peace, thy most precious gift, O thou eternal source of peace, and enable Israel to be its messenger unto the peoples of the earth. Bless our country, that it may ever be a stronghold of peace and its advocate among the nations. Make contentment reign within its borders, health and happiness within its homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among the inhabitants of all lands. Plant virtue in every soul. May the love of thy name hallow every home and every heart. Praise be thou, O Lord, giver of peace.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim le'olam. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim le'olam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם, תשים לעולם.
We take a few moments for silent prayer.
יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל באמרו אמן. יעשה שלום שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל.
We're at that moment in our service, that moment for some of us we need the most. It's that time where we think of those in our community, our friends, our loved ones, those who mean so much to us, those who are in need of healing of body or spirit. On this Shabbat, we take time especially to think of Rose Anderson, Linda Applebaum, Cindy Bailey, Orit Cohen, Allison Davis Freed, Elaine Gross, Bart Kolber, Scott Leader, Pete Lazinski and Joan Lazinski, Adam Nichols, Isaac Petrosky, Beth Scher, Jay Shore, Chrissy St. Charles, Adam Terrell, Jesse Weisberg, Elisa Roseberg Whitehead, and Helene Davidson. We unite together, even virtually, for our prayer for healing, the bottom of page 38.
Of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Even in an absolute brutal, painful week, a week that certainly scared us, I think we give it to ourselves to take that break of Shabbat, the gift of rest and renewal, and even experience the joy of a family service. And even in dark times, there's always the light. And at the end of this month, we celebrate a great Jewish holiday called Tu B'Shvat, which is the new year or birthday of the trees. And I'd like to share a story in which celebrates this idea. Judaism loves trees because it gives us life. Birthdays are the best days for wishes. On this birthday, Abigail wished for a pet. Her brother wanted a dog. They are man's best friend. Her father suggested a hamster. They're so fluffy. Her mom thought a bird would be nice. They make beautiful music. Right, Paul? Okay. Abigail had another idea. I want a tree. A what? They all gasped. A tree. They are the greatest pets in the world. But a tree isn't a pet, her mom argued. Of course it is, Abigail said. It's quiet, it's easy to take care of, and you can name another pet that actually helps you breathe. Her family was stumped. Abigail ran to the car. Let's go adopt a tree. Abigail searched the nursery and found her tree. He looks friendly. It's a tree. They're all friendly, her brother said. I'll name you Fido. You and I are going to be best friends. Abigail and Fido were always together. Shouldn't trees sleep outside? Her father asked. Fido would be lonely without me. Abigail took care of Fido. She watered him, sang to him. They loved going on long walks. What are you doing? Her neighbor asked. I'm taking Fido for a walk. That's a tree. Trees don't go for walks. This one does. He's my pet. A tree is not a good pet. Cats are much better. Oprah Whiskers can cuddle. Fido loves a good hug. Oprah Whiskers can do tricks. Stay, Fido, good boy. And no litter boxes for trees. That's not in the story. Oprah Whiskers keeps me warm at night. Well, Fido keeps me cool during the day. Have it your way, her neighbor said. But a tree isn't a real pet. Abigail took Fido to the dog park. She knew it was important for pets to socialize, but some didn't agree. I'm sorry, this park is for dogs. Fido is a dogwood. That doesn't count. He's very friendly. His bark is worse than his bite. Sorry, actual pets only. Abigail didn't care what other people thought of Fido. She didn't mind that Fido couldn't go where other pets could. She didn't mind that Fido was only good at fetching kites and didn't like to give them back. She didn't mind that he sometimes had accidents. None of that mattered because Fido was her pet. But unlike pets, Fido grew. Walks became more difficult. Fido was tight-fit in her room at night, and the breakfast table became crowded. There are leaves in my cereal again. Honey, Fido is too big to live in the house. He needs a permanent home, her mom said. But Fido is my friend. Where would he live? Outside. A tree belongs in the ground, her father explained. I think he's right. Abigail's heart broke. Fido had grown too big for the house. Keeping him inside was not fair to him. She found a sunny spot in the yard and dug him a new home, but Abigail wasn't ready to let go. Worried that Fido felt scared and alone, Abigail kept him company under the stars. When morning came, Abigail woke up to birds singing, Mom, Dad, come quick. Her family rushed outside to see what the commotion was. Fido made new friends. I guess a tree can be man's best friend, her brother said. Abigail hugged Fido. A tree is everyone's best friend. So at the end of this month, when you're going walking, take that time to appreciate a tree. It's always there, giving us life, shade, and comfort. Shabbat Shalom. Don't need a house to train a tree, right?
Exactly.
The past, 10 months have proved itself incredibly difficult when we want to celebrate a milestone, even a bar mitzvah tomorrow, a wedding, a celebration, any form of a joy. We've been forced to do this often with our intimate family, often on a virtual platform. I believe it's lost its novelty, but nevertheless, we still do it and we don't give up. This week, Temple Emanu-El had incredible milestones, and we want to share our joy and bless these two in the virtual realm. Bob Marcus, who normally would be here wearing the coolest sport coat and his old Miss Kippah, he turned 95 this week. And Charlotte Goldberg, who told me on the phone that her and Bob are birthday buddies, have shared many birthdays together. And Charlotte turned 99 the same day that Bob turned 95. And Charlotte believes, and I think this could be true, as the oldest living congregant at Temple Emanu-El. And she is a historian and incredible. She has so many names enriched with tradition. And therefore, we want to bless you both. I told Charlotte on the phone the other day that in Jewish tradition, we say, may one live to 120, and I think she took a deep breath at that idea. But nevertheless, may you all live to 120. We start this Torah portion with Parshat Shemot, where we learn about Moses. Mazel tov on such an important and joyful milestone. And happy birthday. And we'd like to bless you both. Protect you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God's face shine upon you and forever be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha Shalom, Shalom.
And once more, may God's face forever lift you up to bring you that comfort, that strength, and forever bring to you both shalom and peace. And we want to thank God for bringing us to this joyful moment with Shechechianu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
Mazel tov. We turn to page 40 and we rise together with Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
Please be seated. Yesh kochavim sha'ara magia ortsa rak ka'asher chem atzmam abdu ve'enam. There are stars up above, so far away we only see the light, long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with the people that we love. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us as we live our days. These are the ways we always remember them. On this Shabbat, we recall the yortzites of Isidore Ahrens, Jeanette Ayland, David S. Alper, Emmanuel Applebaum, Leonard Belkov, Brett Berman, Mervyn A. Black, Leon Block, Sylvia Goldstein Bremen, Mary K. Broadnax, Elaine Bunsey, Morris Abraham Copland, Edward Cohen, Alfred Cohn, Dot Henderson Cook Grove, Harry Diamond, Sarah Erdberg, Rose Klotzman Fabian, Margaret Jacobson Fabricant, Sheldon Feynman, Edith Fisher, Nathan Fitlow, Hobby Freeling, Janice Friedman, Fanny C. First, Dr. Sidney Gawant, Dr. Nathan Ginsberg, Ida G. Goldberg, Corinne G. Goldstein, Esther K. Goldstein, Evelyn Ezen Gottlieb, Nathan Greenberg, Lois Oppenheimer Hertz Sr., Jeanette H. Hirsch, Bella Imus, Sophie Kaplan Jacobson, Lillian Bloom Karpiles, Irma Koch, Maurice Kraselsky, Marie L. Krawchuk, Pincus Cronenberg, Paul Lassikow, Stella Solomon Levine, Alex B. Levy, Jacob Milton Levy, Abraham Lipson, Morris Lux, Elsie Bessinger Marks, Caroline Marks, Frank McKay, Anna Menschel, Bernard Mendelson, Emmanuel Miller, Mayor Olman Newfield, Morris M. Odis, Dan Joseph Patrick, Ken Peresman, Rose Perrin, J.D. Rosenberger Jr., Rachel Rosenthal, Sam Routman, Annie I. Ruchetsky, Jack Saul, Mary Ida Schenker, Francis Schimmel, Bertha Schoen, Bertha Shane, Ellis Simkin, Gerald A. Simon, Dora Sisson, Florence Snow, Luis Sokol, Nathan Solomon, Judge Louis Spector, Pauline A. Spielberger, Amelia W. Stern, Bert Stern, Alfred Swedlaw, Edna J. Wald, Audrey Irma Hop Wheel, and Hyman Weinberg, and a heartfelt condolences in the recent passing of Terry Fearman, brother of Bobby Fearman and father of Ashley Fearman Lewis, and Robert J. Roth, father of Neil Roth, Brex Martin, and Diane Larson. May all of their memories forever be a blessing, and we rise together as a sacred and united congregation for our mourners' Kaddish. Yikadal Vikadash Shemei Rabbah, Biomad Ivra Chirotei Vamlich Machute, Bachayachon of Yomechon, Uvchayet the Kol Beit Yisrael, Bagalah Wizman Kari Vimru.
Amen.
Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mivarach Li'olam Olamei Almaya. Yit Barach, Yit Shabach, Yit Bar'ar, Yit Ramam, Nihit Naseh, Vita Dar, Vita Lev, Vita Lal, Shemei Kutsha. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushvechata v'nechumata, damin ram yoma v'yamru.
Amen.
Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'akol Yisrael v'yamru.
Amen.
Osei shalom bimromav, huya say shalom, aleinu v'akol Yisrael v'yamru.
Amen.
O se shalom bimromav, huya se shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael
Please be seated, and we conclude our Shabbat family service with Adon Olam 142.
Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Asher Malach,
Asher Malach,
B'terem Kol,
Terem Kol,
Yitzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, B'chefzo Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam, Behu Echad Ve'ein Sheni, Lehamshilo Lehachbira Adon Olam, Beli Reshit Veli Tachlit, Melo Ha'oz Ve'hamisra Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, B'chefzo Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam, Be'acharei Kichlot HaKol, Levado Yimloch Nora Adon Olam, Mehu Haya, Mehu Hove, Mehu Yeh Betifara Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, B'chefzo Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam, Behu Eli, Bechai Goali, Betzur Chavli, Be'et Zara Adon Olam, Behu Nisi, Umanos Li, Menat Kosi Beyom Ekra Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, B'chefzo Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam, Beyado Afkid Ruchi, Be'et Tishan Be'ayra Adon Olam, Be'im Ruchi Gebiyati, Adonai li velo ira Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, B'chefzo Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam.
Good Shabbos.
Good Shabbos.